Your turn now.
Yeah, as he has rightly said, the Bollywood, because here is the किसकी कमीज किससे ज़्यादा सफ़ेद है ये जो प्रॉमिस चल रहा था. Sir, we are thinking that the new policy is coming in Maharashtra regarding the marketing. Our high power committee under the chairmanship of our chief secretary, they are working to, and within a month or just two, we will be having our electronics policy 2015, and then I think that it will be even in the market, and we will coming with the best package for the electronics policy. And regarding the new government in Maharashtra,
Sir, if somebody comes as a chip manufacturer, will you put in 25-40% equity up to 2,000 crores?
I think that, yeah, sure. Why not? If he's coming to Nagpur or nearby in Vidarbha, definitely I will promise you in front of this August gathering that we will definitely invest the money.
Thank you. Now I want to ask a last question before we go on to a Q&A with you, and it's a very interesting question. Let us suppose that three kinds of companies come and meet any of our secretaries. One company wants to set up a fab plant with an investment of $2 billion. Second company is like HTC and wants to set up, let us say, a plant and a series of plants to create an ecosystem for manufacturing smartphones with all component manufacturing like Nokia did, and it went bust. The third will be a particular company which will possibly come in and say, look, we got this order from Apple. In 1 year's time, we want to build a plant with 100,000 employees to assemble Apple 7 or 8 or whatever it is. And for that, we want full freedom to get in components, assemble, send it out, and we will decide the labor policy and the labor laws. Now, these are three sets of companies. Assume these sets of companies come to each one of you. So the questions you have to answer is, one is the chip. Second is a whole system like Nokia for creating what will it do. And the third is like Foxconn who comes and says, I want 100,000 employees in 1 year. Tell me what are you going to do? How will you make sure it works? And it's quite possible after 5 years they'll go away and things could
address the fact that we've been doing it too long. And you can't just go after the low-hanging fruit every time. We have to establish the leadership in the market, and it's high time that we have that mental frame in any government for that matter. And I think that fabs per se, again, too jumping leap, too acrobatic maybe, at least from Karnataka government's standpoint, especially because...
So will you put in $500 million?
Yeah, definitely. Why not? And if it shows that the skin in the game from the industry, then definitely the Karnataka government will ensure that there is facilitation from the government in terms of investment. And that has happened. In fact, the first brownfield cluster to get the in-principle approval was in Bangalore. We have the second one also in principally approved. So I'm sure that...
and there's a smartphone ecosystem.
Yes.
You came for it?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. You're Maharashtra. Please remember,
Yeah.
you got a big checkbook.
Yeah. Regarding these three issues, and last one, that the labor policy. We are just thinking about the skilled labor and unskilled labor policies now. So regarding the skilled labor policies, what you have suggested, we are ready to accept all these things as a Maharashtra. Now, within a 1 or 2, we are giving you a better labor policy for the state.
Okay, sir.
The first reaction would be that we would also prefer the third option for the simple reason that I was mentioning to you that we are today the energy hub of India. Typically, a 1,000 megawatt plant entails an investment of $1 billion US, 6,000 crores, whereas as per the CAA norms, it gives employment to only 600 people. It consumes 25 MCM of water, and of course, fossil fuel, a lot of pollution also. So today, our state's priority is to look at those sectors which can generate huge amount of employment. So we would prefer a sector where investment may not be high, but in terms of employment it should be very high.
Sir, you are the final
Yeah,
word.
for me, the Kerala is concerned. I must confess that our option will be the third and two. And the first option will be the last option because you have given all the three options. I choose 3 and 2. The reason is as far as the employment potential is concerned, or employment availability, people availability is concerned, and also the money matter is concerned. We are the best of the NRI money which is coming. We can definitely channelize. Number 2, we are probably the state. Our people are everywhere in the whole world, and we the state who believe it is better to have brain drain rather than the brain in the drain. So we are confident about our manpower also. Thank you.
Okay, folks, now we've had these questions. Yes, sir. Please stand up, state your name, and ask a question. No statement if you don't mind, only questions. And you can ask anyone by name, or anybody could answer.
Thank you. My name is Apekshit Muley, and I have my own consulting firm, Muley's Consultancy. One question to all of you. I have done a detailed macroeconomic analysis of this industry. Okay, United States, not India, but United States. I see a very similar crisis like the 2008 coming later this year. Are you prepared for it? What is your option if that happens?
But why is that relevant to us for 2008 crisis? Did that-
Because we are depending on the foreign direct investments, right, at this point of time. So if such similar crisis turns up later part of the year, are we prepared? What is our way option? Means if the investors just back out,
But that's not a relevant question at all. It's not relevant.
but it's the ESDM policy. What should be a policy? How do we invite them?
Yeah, because the people who are going to come for a design are going to be American or European companies, for manufacturing Taiwanese or Chinese companies or East Asian companies. They got money. The market is not going to collapse.
So not the market is going to
See, the
collapse.
2008 financial crisis, don't touch that. I mean, if you want any other question, please ask, because
Okay.
I don't think it's relevant.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a small question. I have been researching on the semiconductor industry and development in India. And I have seen that, for example, New York governor, he has initiated this G450 millimeter consortium. He took the responsibility and allocated $700 million. And he has given the responsibility to 5 companies to enable the technology. So instead of telling, we have investment, come to us, why don't you approach the concerned authorities or companies, develop a consortium, and start getting the work done by allocating funds, at least part of them. And where is the problem? I don't really understand in developing a consortium and going forward and building the whatever has to be done. So maybe you can just try to comment on this.
Okay. Next.
Sir, I have a question to ask you. This is Dr. Narayan Swamy from ATM's Technology from the academia side. Really, I appreciate the Mohandas Paiji, the moderation. It was really amazing. I have a question to ask our madam here who's sitting here. Since I am from Karnataka, particularly from the Bangalore city, I think probably all of you know very well that I think more than 10 to 15% of engineering students are not going to get placed in any of the companies today, right? That is what the statistics as well. But we are planning to conduct some of the programs under ICT. That is, some of the skill development programs has already been initiated by the Government of India. I would like to hear from the madam exactly that. What are the various activities and how exactly we can just keep in touch with the Government of Karnataka ITBT so that we can have some kind of skill development activities. Thank you, madam.
Government of India has recently introduced the financial assistance to states for ESDM skilling. Each state gets around 14 crores of funds for over 4 years to train up to 40,000 people in the coming 4 years. And Karnataka government is one of the beneficiaries. And the ESDM training scales from L1 to L5 levels up to the highest levels. And we are very confident that after implementing this scheme, all the states are on track. We will be addressing the issue of skilling and adequate skilling to give the supply to the ESDM industry.
Folks, please remember there are 5 people on the dais who have come to you to ask you to invest and to make promises to you. So please ask questions about your proposed investment, or maybe somebody you know from overseas who wants to come and invest, and what is your advice to them how to create this industry. So let it be on the core of this core of this discussion, all right? Yeah.
So my name's Nitin Dahad. I've been a speaker here at the summit 4 years ago. I work in the semiconductor industry for the last 30 years. I work with economic development agencies in the US and UK. And one of the things I've found in my work with development agencies is in a country, everybody competes for that inward investment. And I've just seen arguments from all of you. It's more than just the talent and the infrastructure. There's a lot more around the social infrastructure. If they're coming in, how do they deal with the expats? But then the thing is, there's two problems, and I'm just wondering, how are you going to both address the collective story of India, because this is all about making India and vision to reality, but then also, you need to talk more about how you're going to add value, because I don't want a story from, as if I'm a chip company in the US or Asia, I don't want to hear 5 stories from 5 different people and be really confused. I want a real strong proposition and maybe a mapping of India as to where the power is good, where the talent is good, where there's universities, where there's good social infrastructure. So I just wanted to know, how can you tell a collective story, and also how can we help you as well, but how can we understand a little bit better the whole India story, but all the strengths and competencies of all the different regions?
Well, I will just make interest and ask anybody to look. The idea there's an India story we must forget, is my opinion. We are a collection of countries. There are 5 of them here. In a sort of a way, we are the Union of India, but collection of countries. Kerala is very different from Chhattisgarh. Let's be very clear about that. And both of them are a part of India, but they're very different. Maharashtra is extremely different from Orissa. Very different. And Karnataka is different from everybody. Nobody knows what we are, but we are different. All right? But please understand, that's why I want anybody here to answer from their perspective. This India story is overdone, because when you come and land in India, you don't know where that India is. It doesn't exist. Well, pardon me for saying that. I understand what he's saying. You got to brand India. You got to make sure that the India story is very good and people like it, right? Yeah.